Now, you know what? My next guest knows all about looking very, very good in a bikini. Davina McCall is right here, and I love that picture. It's great to see you. I love that picture you posted, and you were cooking, and you had your bikini on, and you looked amazing.
I did that burn on that day. Look how horrific that is. That's what happens when you've got an Aga.
Oh, dear.
They're always on. I went into the oven, left half of my
It could have been worse, though, because you were, you know, it could have been in another
I know. Thank goodness.
But look.
Yeah, it was hilarious. My dad took that picture. I love my dad.
That is great.
He was like, this is a picture. I was leaning over. I said, don't take that one. I was like that, going into the Aga. No, wait, I'll stand up.
Stand up like that. But you do look fantastic. You really do.
So do you.
You look brilliant. And I mean, it wasn't, you know, you've not been doing that all the time. I mean, you were, what, 30s, in your 30s when you started really working out?
I clubbed a lot until I was about 25,
and that's
26.
Good for you.
And I was dancing for 6 hours a night, 3 or 4 nights a week. So I was mega fit. Yeah. And then when I stopped clubbing, it just slowly, I just lost it all. And at about 33, 34, I thought, actually, I'm going to have to do something about this. And I love it now. It's just part of my life. And I think you think that you can't make space for exercise, but once you've made space, you think, I don't know what the big deal was about.
How often do you work out? Do you work out every day, or is it?
Oh my God,
no, neither do I.
Well, who's got the time?
Nobody,
you know?
nobody.
We work, we're parents, so I try and do whenever I can. So I finished today a little bit early, so I'm going to try and get back home and do a run before the school run.
Great.
Or I just do whatever I can, the odd bike ride here and there, but at least 3 times a week. I always say to people, if you're not going to do 3 times a week, you're not going to see the benefits. I mean, exercise whenever you can, but 3 times a week is when you actually see meaningful change, I think.
Absolutely. And that's when, if you lose the weight, you keep it off, isn't it? Because that's the hard thing as well, isn't it?
And it's maintenance. And, you know, as well, people think, oh, well, I'll exercise and just eat the same and lose weight. That doesn't work. It's got to be 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. You've got to get into the portion control. Also, you know, if you eat healthily, but you eat an absolute mountain of food, that's also not going to help you much. You know, it's about kind of watching the amounts and eating healthily. And I know a lot about percentages, but I also think that you eat healthily for 80% of the time, but, oh, my God, have 20% of the time off.
Too right. At the weekend, I always fall off the wagon.
Yes, I mean,
spectacularly.
Yeah.
Spectacular. But that's all right.
Yes, it is. And otherwise, if you beat yourself up too much, then that, I think, turns into a bad habit again. Then you comfort eat because you're feeling so bad. And
all about balance.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up.